663 million people on our planet lack access to safe, clean drinking water, states Seth Maxwell, the founder and the CEO of the Thirst Project. The Thirst Project educates students about the global water crisis. They use donations collected to go places where people don't have access to clean drinking water and build wells so they have access to it for the rest of their life. The problem is that so many communities don't have access to clean drinking water. The Thirst Project provides these communities who don't have clean drinking water in reach. Statistics from UNICEF USA show worldwide women and girls spend an estimate of 200 million hours daily collecting water. An example of this was given by UNICEF USA, stating that in Afar, Ethiopia, 13-year-old Aisha charges 8 hours round trip every day to collect water for herself and her family. The time children use to collect water keeps them from going to school and getting an education. The jugs of water carried are very heavy and have to be carried for a far distance. This stops women from getting a paying job to help provide for their family. Statistics from Vision show 6K, a little more than 3.7, is the average distance round trip women and children in the developing world walk for water. Water that is often contaminated with life-threatening diseases. Without access to this clean water, it is hard to produce agriculture and sustain livestock. Facts from the Thirst Project say, without access to a close, safe water supply, communities cannot develop sustainable agriculture, production for food security. Not having clean water is unsanitary and kills thousands of people every day. Statistics from the Thirst Project show 1,400 deaths. That's the number of children under the age of 5 that die per day from water-related illnesses. The young generation is the future. Past generations have not been informed about how critical the water crisis really is, and this has caused it to worsen over the years. Thirst Project is educating the young generation to be socially conscious about the water crisis. Many millennials now believe that food and water security is not the most critical problem in the world. According to Business Insider, millennials took a survey which stated the different problems in the world and chose which problems they believed were the most critical. But only 18.2% believed food and water security was the most critical problem in the world. The Thirst Project goes to schools all around the country and educates students about the clean water crisis. In one day, the Thirst Project spoke to over 1,000 people. They raised awareness about the water crisis to the people with no plan, just to simply tell people about the water crisis and hand out water. Almost everybody gave back money for the water that they took, making them collect $1,700. When they go to these different schools, they activate for students to advocate building real water projects. According to the founder and CEO of the Thirst Project, Seth Maxwell states, "Today, 7 years later, we traveled the country to middle schools, high schools, and college campuses, speaking to people our age to educate students about the global water crisis and challenge them to take action to end it. When we leave, students are equipped to do their own fundraisers and make a real impact on the issue. The effect of spreading awareness about the water crisis is that it is ending the spread of waterborne diseases all around the world. Providing clean water in communities helps drop diseases and child mortality rates. The Thirst Project states that by providing community with safe drinking water, the rates of diseases can drop up to 88% virtually overnight, and the child mortality rates can drop up to 90% overnight. Clean water helps the treatment and management of HIV and AIDS as well. According to the Key Club International, clean water also plays an incredibly critical role in effectively and treating and managing HIV and AIDS in rural communities. Swaziland, for example, has the single highest density population of HIV and AIDS in the world. For a person with HIV and AIDS, even if you have access to medical treatment and antiretroviral medication, but are still forced to drink dirty water from contaminated sources, the diseases in the water you drink will actually kill you faster than AIDS itself. A lack of clean water kills thousands per day. People not having clean water is such a widespread problem, but many people don't know it is a problem at all. More people need to be aware of this problem and be a part of bringing it to an end.